So speaking of enhancements, the next thing I'll show you is that they've included now with the ability to go to the Forge Master and actually enchant your items pretty much, and add new buffs and other neat fancy doodads to your weapons. And of course these are just going to be stat bonuses. But you can go to the Forge Master now, and there is now a button at the top that says Enhance. And pretty much you have to have the gear for it, you have to have the supplies, but it gives you the ability to take a piece of your gear and move it over and add to it. So now this is will be a +1 Rage Pants, which gives it more stats all around, which is pretty great. And you can kind of tweak it either way, very similar to something like like Diablo 2. Diablo 2 had something like this, and in this game very much it reminds me of that kind of game. It's very gear based. You have like a central hub town, and you go at it in dungeons. A big thing that people might say is that, you know, Diablo had way more towns than this. I did discover something while I was running around. I always wondered why there is this thing right here. This area. It looks like you can go into the back end of the town. Well, when you go over here to talk to this guy, he kind of tells you that there's another town, and it's too dangerous to get there. So that kind of gives me hope that, well, it gives me an idea of how Nexon and DevCat, they're the developer, plan to extend the game. That you know, we will have these dungeons, but also we're going to be able to look into other towns that have, you know, a bunch of other stuff that we could be looking into. So the next thing I'll talk about, and I'm sorry if I'm going at a kind of fiery pace or whatever, I don't know. But there's a whole heck of a lot to cover. I don't want it to be too long. So the next item that they added is guilds. So you can see under my character's name, we have the Channel Massive Fan Guild, Creeping Darkness. You guys can join if you want. I'll actually show you how to apply now. It's kind of an unusual system right now. When we go over to the guild tab, the guild invite is kind of, well, it's grayed out. I can't really invite any people, and what I have to ask people to do when I want them to join, when you click Guild Home, this is what the guild master and other people will see, and it gives you the information about the guild. We have 7 fancy members, all nice people so far, and what you can actually do is, you know, this is the basics. Here's the guild info. It shows everybody who is in the guild, and you can do guild search, and that's actually how we get people to join the guild. If you want to, you can just search Creeping Darkness, no space in the middle, and it'll pop up, and you can click to join. And there's not really any way that I can invite you right now, but this is pretty nice because what it allows me to do is I can click Manage Guild later without anyone being online, and look at the manage requests and click and add everybody. There seems to be a delay right now. Hopefully they kind of fix that where it's more immediate, but eventually the person will be able to use the fancy guild tab and all of those other things that, you know, guilds and MMOs do. Another thing is pretty self-explanatory. You'll be able to see it all around. They've increased the level cap to level 38. So now we have a bunch of fancy pants people. Oh, look at that! What is that? I don't mean to give these guys any kind of promotion. These guys suck, everybody. But a good sign that a game is popular enough is that guild spammers, those gold spammers, I mean, you know, they come out in force. So that's something. But nonetheless, level 38 is now the level cap. You can level pretty fast if you want to. I mean, in total, when the game officially gets to where it is, it's going to have 200 levels. So, you know, that's not too high. The nice thing is, now that you go in with these higher level people, you can really see some of the new skills that pop up. And they're really snazzy looking. Lots of shiny colors. Anyways, a really surprising feature that also got added, I used this last night, and it's not that bad, is voice chat. It has its own built-in VoIP, which is pretty nuts. I didn't expect the free-to-play game to have it, but it's pretty easy to set up. I mean, just like any, you can go to your settings, your audio settings, and it's right there. You just test it and turn it on. A neat thing I found was that when we go to the ice area, it's a huge cavern. You're in there the entire time. It actually has an echo effect. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens with the other areas, but a total echo effect when you're talking to people. And this game is really made for voice over IP, so in truth it's not surprising that they have it, because it's kind of needed, and it definitely adds a whole level of strategy that you couldn't have if you're typing. I mean, when you're in the middle of combat, there's no typing. There's no typing in Vindictus, you know. So that's how that works out. Last but not least is a minor but snazzy feature of the game. They added this. It's the Mercenary Report Board, and it's a quick note of all of the events that are happening in the game. So they're on issue 2 right now, and it's going to come out regularly, and you'll be able to come right here. There's also one in the village. The little kitty cat here, he takes care of it with his sleepy face. Anyways, so here's some news. Evie, which is going to be the 3rd class, she's going to be like a mage sorceress class. Nuts amount of kind of summonable turrets and golems and fireballs, a bunch of stuff. It's going to come out with the official release of the game October 27th. Also, here's the introduction to some of the Halloween events, a quest called Trick or Treat, and another one called Mashing Pumpkins that I'll explain in just a little bit. And pretty much this is going to be your go-to if you don't like trolling the website or looking up whatever update is. That in just a few minutes you'll be good to go. It's going to explain what you need to go and check out right now. So real quick, the Halloween event's not going to take too long since I explained some of the bits. With the Halloween event, of course, is the snazzy new look of the village, and it's always dark now. It's not like that little before you might have seen that's, you know, a nice daylight setting. Nope, it's dark and sinister because it's Halloween. That's spooky. But you get two quests. And this is great, because in the first video I had no idea what this little strange traveler was. But if they continue to do this, it looks like the strange traveler gives you kind of like, you know, seasonal quests, which is pretty neat. It's actually, you know, this character's based on the logo of DevCat, the developer. So neat that he's in there, I guess. But he wants candy. And what you'll actually do is, once you accept the quest from him, you go around to everyone in the village and you click on one of them. They'll say hello. You click on the story area. This is where, if I have a bunch of quests going on, this is where I can go to check them out, see what the status of them is. So this one right here, I click on that. That's the quest, and give me candy. Of course, I've used up all my things. She's not going to let me be greedy and take a bunch of candy. And they say you can get about 4 pieces, but I think I've finagled a few more out of people before. Pretty much you collect 15 initially, and you get an item, and then you just collect more, and the more you can collect, the more interesting items you get from him. And the other one, Mashing Pumpkins, is a way to get a title. The titles are interesting in the game. They give you, you know, bonus stats and stuff like that when you equip them. So right now I have Vengeance Seeker, which gives me certain stats, and you can kind of collect them and get different buffs here and there. But the one I can earn now is Mashing Pumpkins, and pretty much what you have to do is, now in the dungeons, the spirits that usually pop up near treasure all look like jack-o'-lanterns, so you have to kill those. It's much easier in the new village where all the vampires are, because pretty much all of the mobs have these little pumpkins on their heads, and you kill a certain amount, and you get it. Luckily the seasonal events for Halloween, anyways, aren't really that frustrating. They're just kind of fun, and you kind of do them real quick and go about your business. So I like that, because I like getting neat rewards for playing the game, but nothing that I really have to kill myself grinding over or feel like I'm wasting time. So we've covered all that. I'm pretty sure we got pretty much everything. Last but not least, this is I regret this, because once I tell you this, you'll only have a day to go out and get it. I'll try to get this video up ASAP so you can, but on the 26th, this is the final day that you can get this. But if you go to, I'll show you exactly who you have to go to. If you go to the Traveler's Shop and talk to Kirsty, she'll have a quest for you to collect this new event item called Old Leather. And pretty much all you have to do is just go and do a dungeon, and at the end, after you've beaten the boss and you're about to leave, they'll give you Old Leather, and you have to get 20 pieces of them. And what she actually gives you is something that some people will be interested to have, some people won't, but she gives you the Spirit Hoodie from E3, the phenomenon that people have been kind of freaking out over. It's the Spirit Hoodie. It's in the game. They put it in the game. So, yeah. And you can actually dye it. Let's go see what happens when we dye it. I don't think it's a good idea, since I really like this color, but whatever. You can always make money. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna color this thing, and I'm gonna call it a day, and then go and try to make a combat video for you guys, put out later this week. So here we go. I don't care. It's a stupid hat. Let's see what it is. Let's see what we get. Slightly lighter red. F that. Slightly darker red. No. Slightly lighter red? Okay, wait a sec. I've seen blue ones before. I secretly want a blue one. So we're going to do this again. Come on, blue one. It's like a purple. Oh. One more time. See, I do this a lot, and I waste a lot of money. Blue! Oh, I don't like that blue. Oof. I'm going to live with it. I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to do a combat video, hopefully kind of do a little intro to all 3 of the dungeons eventually, and tell you a little bit more about the character that I play. He has 2 swords of justice, +1 to awesomeness. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to leave a comment on our website, channelmassive.com, when I post it. Or, tweet me at blamefulgecko.com. Or at blamefulgecko. That's my Twitter. And I hope to see you guys in the game. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.